This is iOS 10. It's cleaner, simpler, and bigger. I mean a lot bigger than previous versions of iOS. It's funny, with iOS 7 we got a super thin font. For iOS 8 and 9 we got a somewhat reasonable font. Then with iOS 10, for some reason, they decided to go super bold. In terms of what's actually new, we have Apple's idea of widgets. It's basically a less useful version of Google Now. It's in the same place too. It's just not nearly as useful. We also have some big design changes. These are mainly found in the lock screen, notifications, and control center. They push forward Johnny Ive's original view of iOS, layered design. Everything has levels of importance. It's a pretty clean and straightforward UI, and it just adds to the original intent of iOS. The new, less blurry look may not be for everyone, but I will say that it has grown on me ever since it was unveiled. The new notification design is basically a version of the Apple Watch notifications, just a little bit lighter and a little bit better. Personally, I'm a fan of the full screen notification look, sort of like what Android N is doing, but again, that's just me. There's also quite a few new 3D touch features, such as richer app peaks, 3D touch in the control center, and a whole new approach to notification interaction. Plus, there's finally a clear all notification feature. Finally. So just like every year, Apple has introduced a new app. But this time, it's actually useful. It's called the Home app. It's basically a hub for all your smart things. For me, it's my Philips Hue light bulbs. It's actually extremely convenient to have my light bulbs in my control center. With iOS 7, 8, and 9, it was a few taps to get to control my light bulbs. Now, it's a single flick. Apple also reworked some apps with iOS 10. Apple News and iMessage saw the most attention. Let's talk more specifically about iMessage. Apple is giving text more personality. You can now send a text with different types of animation. Sort of similar to Google's Allo, you can make your text come to life. You can whisper it, shout it, and send some more substantial animations like balloons or whatever this is. In addition, you can also react to text messages. Love it or hate it, your text is now more lively. Stemming from the Apple Watch, we now have the sketch and heart rate feature that is sure to creep out all of your friends and family. More importantly, we have an all-new way to get developers into your phone. Apple introduced Imessage Apps. This allows for first and third-party actions in media to be sent directly to your friends. Whether you want to send a song from Apple Music or a GIF of Donald Trump, you will soon be able to do that, plus a whole lot more with iMessage Apps. More importantly, we have Apple Music 2.0. This is a huge leap forward for this service. It's a lot easier to navigate, and anyone will soon be able to open it up and simply use it, just like iOS was originally intended. It was a really smart idea for Apple to put this much focus and effort into redesigning the music app. Not to point too many fingers, but less technologically inclined people will soon be able to use it without getting confused and ultimately give up. I'll be honest, I've been a die-hard Spotify fan for the past 3 years. Apple Music has changed so much in this last update that might just have to change. I think Apple is trying to make its software more accessible for a wider range of ages and potential future customers. Between the larger icons, easier to press buttons, and overall cleaner and crisper experience, it's ready for anyone and everyone to understand and love.